We are 2 months into spring and it is still freezing and raining. Where are you at, spring? Hi, I'm Kat and this is my reaction to the last episode of Vampire Academy Season 1. My camera decided today of all days to be the worst, but here is what I was able to record of my live reaction. After weeks of not having any issues with this camera, the memory card errors are back, so I just lost the first 10 minutes of footage of this episode. It'll film for like 10 minutes, but if it says an error on minute 10, I lose all 10 minutes of that footage. What were some of my reactions? Let's see if I remember. Alberta, thank God you're still alive. Oh, wait. I don't know if you'll be alive for much longer. Yes, Christian, go fight. You know, I'm really gonna miss this queen. Oh, okay. Who's Tatiana gonna frame this time? That's all I remember. Oh, they came back! I don't like that we didn't get to see the conversation that had them turning around though. Is Meredith the way?
Actually, there is.
We're gonna find out a secret? Don't kiss her.
Be safe, Bruce.
Ooh! Yes! Priestess Vogel.
What? How?
It's a spirit thing.
Look.
Is it the same stake that's gonna heal Strigoi?
Your Majesty.
For us both.
Hmm.
You're not supposed to kill me yet.
Love this attitude. You're almost there, Andre. Do it. Go get her.
Your necklace. Why?
You have completed the 3 marriage rituals.
No,
She's gonna
Christian never actually gave me his gift.
Declare them married. God. Ooh, interesting. So the queen knows how to fight with her magic. She never let them fight. Does that mean you won't be able to be with Lissa?
Ain't no crying either. If you start, I'll start, and I don't think I'll ever stop you. You could have been miles away by now.
They're still just sitting in there.
Separates me from Mr. Goy.
At least he's feeling bad
I tried to stop.
about it.
Alchemist and Lord.
Alchemist.
Per the human treaty.
Oh, we're
it's
getting
their job to keep
an
the secret
explanation.
of the human.
Why didn't you tell me you were facing prison?
Why didn't you tell me you were going able? And why, in the name?
Because I've had nothing but lectures
Finally
from you
getting it out
since
in the
we
open.
first met.
Maybe because
What's my favorite food?
anyone knows that.
You have too many.
Oh. I want more of this. More of them discussing while fighting. I need more of it. Okay, kill the ones we don't like. Dane, Marie, whoever else voted stupidly. Fucking hell, Dane. Making sure at least one of them was dead. I like Silver. Don't like Jesse, but I like Silver.
Where the fuck have you been?
Why the fuck did he survive? Leave him to die. Yes, Jesse. Redemption arc for Jesse, even though he's like leaving his dad to die.
Written by a great human.
You read a lot about them.
Was that like a Russian accent coming out there? Yes.
It's one of the things that I love.
Fucking hell. Boy, you're getting in the way of love confessions. It was a lot. Like he's gonna be okay and still be a Dampierre at the end of this episode, right? Just gonna get Eddie, get him in the car.
Try not to get yourselves killed.
Was that a nice thing coming from Jesse? Okay, go Rose. You got them. No. No, 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 no. Janine Hathaway for the win. Synchronized slaying with her mom. Thank God for Janine Hathaway. Yes, Andre. We never got to know Andre as an adult, so I hope I like him. Spirit out in the open now.
I should have known not this healing. I mean, a visit from you.
No, she can see him
Andre.
too. Is he gonna make it through the episode though?
It's not safe.
He didn't even make it 5 minutes. No one's trying to stop me. You got this, Christian, come on. Fucking hell, Strigoi, Andre.
We can't let them through.
This is too familiar. I don't like this. It's too familiar. But I feel like it would be too much if we're getting Strigoi Andre to get Strigoi Dimitri as well. She used a lot of it up when she was healing. He's gonna be fine, right? Can we get Rose and Christian fighting back to back? Oh. She can walk on hallowed grounds? Is Victor making this out alive? Fire, Christian. We have a very helpful Strigoi fighting thing. Meredith's gonna be okay? I'm just so worried about everyone. Fire, Christian. Yes, Mia. See, Mia knows what's up. Ooh, we're focusing a lot on Mason. Meredith, you good? Okay. Don't celebrate yet. There's probably still Strigoi within the wards. Mason? That's what you have to do. We knew this was coming for Mason, eventually. Is he seriously just gonna die from like, his back probably broke or something in that. But, it's a lot of dead people.
Nearly lost.
Fuck off,
Today
Tatiana.
was every cent to be your queen.
I mean, we knew this was coming too, but...
Anyone
Crisis of
whereabouts
verses.
that wanted for questioning in the assassination of Queen Marina.
Okay. Lissa was framed instead of Rose. They're both fine. They're both together. Please just end this episode happy.
Mason.
Hug. Finally got a hug. How are they the most stable and happy relationship in this show right now? Is Dimitri gonna go with Rose and Lissa? Is that gonna be the difference?
Hey.
And Christian?
Am I going somewhere?
Now they're coming after you.
Someone obviously poisoned the feeder.
Tatiana.
It looks like a poker chip. We're actually going to Vegas.
Well, that.
We're married.
What?
Yeah, Queen Marina said.
He's a
I'm a
monk.
monk.
Well, Dimitri was
Even in the
still
human world, we
arrested.
were chased out.
Kiss already. The camera battery really doesn't like the last 5 minutes of episodes. Okay, Rose and Dimitri are talking. They're getting separated.
I could go.
Yeah, he could. Let
They
him.
would be so.
My babies. They're getting separated.
What will she do?
I love that her mum's there.
If you ever need anything when you're out there,
Abe. Is that
anything
Abe's,
at all,
Abe's number?
call this number.
That's Abe's number, isn't it?
Your father.
You wouldn't want to tell her his name?
How to drive this thing? I'm not sure. But what the hell? It's worth a shot, right?
Me when I drive. You can just roll up the windows and the windows should have tinting on them. Right, Andre. Almost forgot. Strigoi Andre. He'll be on their tail. And we never got to know what happened with Sonia and Victor. Okay. I guess all of like the big bombshells and stuff happened last episode. Okay, we're back. So I did enjoy the finale. It wasn't so much like a, oh my god, what is happening type thing. It's like a, okay, yeah, we saw this coming. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, I can see what they were doing and where they're heading. So like all of the big bombs and oh my god moments except for like one, happened last episode. Notes. What do we have here? Okay. Alberta, we saw her at the beginning. She had survived, but then she like dropped after letting out Dimitri and Sasha. So maybe, and we didn't see her for the rest of the episode. So I think they had planned to kill her last episode, but then they were like, shit, how do we get Dimitri and Sasha out of the cells? So they just made Alberta do it, and then I think she's gone now. Christian doing more than the monks. The monks just running for their lives, and Christian's like, dudes, fix this. Go Christian. Really loving Christian's determination to like fight and, you know, do the right thing, save people. He's a good one. Then we had a Vegas mention from Mason and Rose, and I was just like, Vegas? You know, book 5 of these series are about the Vegas books. And then we'll circle back around to Vegas soon. Really like this queen, knew she was gonna die, so I knew we were gonna lose her this episode. But it was just such a sad ending to her. Like it was also like a, yes, go, you got this, you're amazing. Like, and then she knew how to fight with her magic. But then also sad that we won't get her again. She was poisoned, and Tatiana's trying to frame Lissa for it. But like, obviously the feeder was poisoned first, and that's how the queen got poisoned. So it's not the last person to see the queen that needed to be questioned, it's the last person that saw the feeder. Hopefully they figure that out. Tatiana, when she was talking with Andre was like, you never talked about being queen, you just wanted the throne. What the hell is happening there? We didn't actually get Tatiana's reasoning in this episode. So does she just want to grab the throne and then blow it all up? What is happening? There is more happening with Tatiana's backstory here. She's really holding grudges against people. It's probably the Tasha aspects of her character coming in. But even Tasha didn't want to dismantle the entire thing in the books. Also at the end, Christian mentions how his aunt, who was in St. Vladimir's, died, and he is now the head of the family. But he also mentioned Tasha as a separate person. So why isn't Tasha now the head of the family? Because she'd be older. I need answers. Andre was giving Tatiana advice on what she wanted to know to protect Lissa. Andre, we had you for a brief moment in time, but I was really loving your character. Mason and Rose came back. We saw Mason be like, well, actually, when Rose mentioned that Lissa would have Dimitri, but then I'm really sad that we didn't see that conversation go down and see them turn the car around. They just showed up at St. Vladimir's. I would like that scene, please. Deleted scenes? When are we getting them? The Dampiers, like all our main Dampiers were banding together, and they were the ones with a plan, not literally every other Dampier that were there. Meredith's secret involves knowing about the tunnels. We also didn't get to know what Meredith's secret is, just that she knows about tunnels that get her out of St. Vladimir's. A lot of unanswered questions in this episode. And then I just have, yes, Priestess Vogel. Like, the way she just came and just, the Strigoi. A lot of these Moroi know how to fight. So, and it's a lot of Moroi in power that know how to fight. So why were they going after the 16-year-old Dampiers? Come on, guys. But Priestess Vogel had her redemption arc. The queen was nice to her guardian, Felix. That was like a sweet moment where he was like, it's been an honor, and she like recognized him and the work he did. Christian educating Priestess Vogel, being like, so spirit exists. How did you not know this? Come on. So even though Priestess Vogel was like, yeah, like, we don't study this thing because it's like heresy, I think she's going to be on board with it soon. Christian was decreed a monk. That was an interesting addition. So he was decreed a monk so he could use the stake to close the wards. The stakes to close the wards are the same type of stake that would end up healing a Strigoi in the books. Only a spirit user wielding that particular stake can heal a Strigoi, but now it's a monk can. Just changing up the lore a bit more here. Jessie was being self-aware. So Jesse like wasn't the worst in this episode. And like there's a redemption arc on the way for him. Like he was self-aware of his behavior. Not so much the being a dickhead part, the like verging on a Strigoi part. But Silver is good for him. I actually really like Silver. She is like the key turning point for Jesse. Then we got an alchemist explanation while Rose and Dimitri were in the tunnels. Because I already know who the alchemists were, I wasn't really paying that much attention. But did they connect the alchemist and the sigils in the ground to the people who showed up the last few episodes ago, like destroying the Strigoi bodies? Did people who haven't read the books make that connection that they're the same people? But then, because we finally got that explanation, alchemist next season, Sydney. Then Dimitri and Rose just getting it out in the tunnels. She's like, oh my god, why do you act like this? And then he's like, why do you act like this? I loved their back and forth of what's my favorite food, what's my favorite book. I wish that went on longer because I love them like talking while they fight. Jesse leaving his father to die, which is a decision I agree with because his father is literally the worst. That decision probably will haunt him. Everyone just very much has daddy issues in this show. But yeah, I agree with him. He was taking his own power back from his dad, and his redemption arc is on the way. Then thank God for Janine Hathaway. I was so worried that we were actually going to get Strigoi Dimitri by the end of this episode. But then Janine showed up and I was like, yes, thank you Janine. And her and Rose fighting together, I love it. Spirit is out in the open now because Alyssa was healing people. So she's showing people that Spirit is a good thing. But who knows what they're gonna do now, because Tatiana will be like, Spirit's a bad thing. So Andre and Alyssa reuniting, it was so sweet for a moment there, and I thought we were gonna have him for a little bit longer, but he lasted all of like 2 minutes. Is Christian's mum still alive? Did she make it out? I can't remember if we saw her die. No, she did, because she carried Jesse out. So Christian's mum is still alive. Yeah, interesting that she chose to change Andre into a Strigoi instead of just killing him. Probably gonna be like a hunt thing. Is Andre gonna come after Lissa like Dimitri was coming after Rose in the books? Once Andre was becoming a Strigoi, I was like, okay, we're not getting Dimitri a Strigoi this episode because that would just be too much. But now are we getting Dimitri Strigoi at all? Is Andre going to replace him as like the Strigoi that affects the girls and that Lissa saves? Then Rose feeling Lissa and the pain, and then her screaming, and Dimitri holding her. Oh my god. Ugh. That would have been an intense scene to film as well. Then I have a note saying that them waiting outside in front of the tunnels, that was all too familiar. I was so worried for a moment there. I was like, no, this is Shadow Kiss. But then like pretty much everyone made it out. We'll circle back around. Sonia walks into the church and attacks Victor. 1. She walked on hallowed ground. Strigois can enter churches now? Guess that test is out of the window. And then we don't see them again before the end of the episode. So is Victor alive? Did Sonia take him? Is he dead? Is he a Strigoi? We need answers. Back to the fighting outside, and I was like, Christian, just use your fire already. And I was so worried about Meredith, but thank God, Mia to the rescue. If Christian wasn't going to use his magic, Mia was. And then I just have Mason, question mark. So we don't know if he's dead yet. He wasn't bitten and his neck wasn't snapped. He was just thrown against a wall very hard, and then he's in surgery now. So I don't know exactly what would have happened to him. He could have like hit his head really hard. He could have like internal bleeding and stuff. His spine could have broken. Like, what's wrong with him? But then we also don't get an answer at the end of the episode to if he's alive or not. So I think they are leaving it open-ended to see our reaction to Mason, because Mason's supposed to be dead by now. So if they're waiting for our reaction and then we're like, okay, it's time for Mason to die, then he can just die in that time gap that before next season. But then if we're like, we really love him, then they can still have him. Which, Julie and Marguerite, anyone on Vampire Academy, if you are somehow watching this, as much as I love Mason, as much as I love Andrew and how adorable he is, it's time for Mason to go. Tatiana is queen. We knew that one was coming. She just went around about to it in a very intense way. Like, that was a lot. Could have just killed Victor before the trials were over, and then that's how you could have won. But no, you had to kill most of the Dominion. Mia and Meredith finally hugged. Last episode when I was like, someone hug this girl. And now we got her hug. And somehow Mia and Meredith are the most stable, happy couple in this show. Andre, in the brief moment he got to see Lissa, he gave Lissa what looks to be a poker chip, which Vegas, tell me if I am wrong and it's something else, but I think it's a poker chip. So are we gonna go to Vegas? Are we gonna learn about how her father had an affair with a dancer? And is that how we're gonna learn about Jill? Christian and Lissa are so cute. They're married now. So my question of like a few episodes ago when I was like, they did the trials, aren't they married now? And yes, they are married. Then he's also a monk, so does one cancel out the other? Rose and Dimitri are being separated, but they got to kiss, they made up. My OTP was still OTPing. Then Janine was also there. Janine is on our side. That, like the hug, and then when Rose just went tighter around her mom, and then her mom was like, oh, like, we don't do that, but okay. And then, yes. And then as soon as Janine was like, if you ever need help out there, I was like, Abe, this is gonna be Abe's number, and it's Abe's number. Which Janine didn't tell Rose her father's name. She was just like, it's your father. Did you want to tell her his name? It might be helpful. But Abe, season 2. Lissa can drive? Okay. I really need to learn, like how does learning to drive work in this world? So Rose never had driving lessons, but Mason had driving lessons because he bribed another guardian to. Wouldn't you think that learning to drive would be part of at least the guardian's curriculum? Do they have driving licenses? Like, is there a whole DMV system in the Dominions? How does this work? And when did Lissa learn how to drive if Rose has never driven? Shigoi Andre, the last thing we see is him wake up. Oh, I've already gone through most of my last notes. So, Rose and Lissa are out in the worlds now, which is, you know, where they were at the beginning of book 1. We went a roundabout way, but we're pretty much where we like start in book 1. It's just Rose and Dimitri know each other now, and like there's been some more queen things, and we know about, and the world kind of knows about Spirit more off the bat. So season 2 hasn't been confirmed yet, but let's just act on the assumption that it will be confirmed for this last section. I would assume there would be a time jump before season 2. In the books, they are gone from the school for 2 years. 2 years would give Dimitri time to grow out his hair. Long-haired Dimitri for season 2. That is my campaign. Long-haired Dimitri for season 2. Like, Kieran, you have time to grow it out, or you can just wear a wig. But give us what we deserve. Long-haired Dimitri season 2. But out in the world, we can go to Vegas. We can learn about Eric Dragomir's illegitimate child. We could even go to Russia. We are very likely to meet Abe. We can also meet the Alchemist, Sydney. Like, Adrian seems to know a lot about the outside world, so we can go, you know, meet up with Adrian and then come across Sydney. They meet, but we haven't done Rose and Adrian yet. Rose and Adrian could have a thing while she's on the run. That would be like her cheating on Dimitri instead of her in the books cheating on Adrian with Dimitri. But still, I reckon they'll meet up at least with Adrian in season 2 out in the real world. He'll help them out and stuff. We'll at least get some like flirting between Rose and Adrian, I think. And then Sydney She could come in, we could see her like right at the end of the season. It could be like a separate thing, like Rose and Lissa spend some time with Adrian and then they leave and then they come across Sydney, and then Sydney and Adrian don't cross paths in season 2, and that could be like a season 3 or 4 thing. I don't know how many seasons we're actually going to get, because a lot of good streaming shows get cancelled before their time these days. Then also the keepers was my last note. They could come across the keepers in this. So if they meet up with Sydney and they need a place to hide, they could go to the keepers. Get to see Josh. We get to see Angelina. Pretty sure it's Angelina. So yeah, that was the whole season. We've done a whole season of Vampire Academy. I've been doing weekly videos. How are we here already? It boggles my mind how quickly 2022 has gone. Like, it feels like yesterday I was just reacting to the fact that the show was going to exist. Which, speaking of, I do have an entire playlist of all of my Vampire Academy reaction videos, so if you want to go back and watch all of those, they're there. We have a lot of unanswered questions, so we do need a season 2. Peacock, you know what to do. Peacock also went hard on the promotion in like during the show airing and just before the show aired as well. So hopefully they're on board with there being a season 2. And thank you Peacock and Stan Australia for letting me react to the show and like not copywriting me. Rest in peace my Daisy Jones and the Six video that was up 3 days before Amazon decided to come after me. Comment down below what you thought of this season and what you think is going to happen in season 2. Who are we going to see? Where are we going to go? What do you want to happen? I just want our answers question. What? I just want our answers question. I just want our questions answered. And long-haired Dimitri. Those are my 2 big things. Seeing Tasha would also be cool. Like Christian has taken on this role in his family and Tasha could come to support him. And now that Rose is off with Lissa, Tasha could come in and like spend time with Dimitri. And then Rose could spend time with Adrian. We never did get a resolution on the whole Dimitri and Tatiana hooking up thing. That just happened and then they dropped it. Like they were like, we don't want to talk about this anymore. If you are still watching, also let me know what videos do you want to see from me. I usually, outside of my reaction videos, I make a lot more bookish videos, like with book tags and stuff. And I would really love if you would watch those as well, because my Vampire Academy videos have done so well. But my other videos, which I put a lot of time and effort into, haven't done as well. So if you could go watch those, that would be very nice. Thank you. And yeah, what other shows do you want me to react to? I will be doing Shadow and Bone season 2 videos. Let me know if you want me to do episode by episode videos. Or last season I did do like a part 1 and a part 2, because those all drop at once instead of dropping weekly. It was easier to do these single videos for episodes for Vampire Academy because the episodes dropped weekly. I also want to do videos for Percy Jackson when that comes along, and then when we officially get Daisy Jones and the Six footage, I will be making videos for that. I probably won't put anything on the screen though, because Amazon came at me hard. Okay, enough of me rambling. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to support me and all my other content that I make, and stick around and watch some other videos. And if you made it right to the end of the video, please leave me a rose emoji down below.